Good morning, everybody. Welcome back to Cilinix Crypto. Hope you're all doing great. Hope you're having a great week so far, and welcome to this new video. And it's going to be a pretty urgent update here on XRP. And I'll tell you why in this video, and I think I have good reason to say that this is an urgent update. I mean, I know it's a little bit clickbaity, and I have used that too, right? I mean, in being fully honest here, I've used urgent update as well when it wasn't really super urgent. At this point of time, it's also not super urgent, but it is urgent, and there are some things that you need to know about. Now, before we get into this video, I'm going to tell you that I'm not certain whether we are going to go up or down, all right? But the main thing that I wanted to talk about in this video is that over the course of today, what should you watch? What should you keep an eye on to actually know that earlier than other traders and other investors, right? And I think that's very, very valuable. So we'll talk about that. But first of all, we have to start with a recap of yesterday. Because yesterday what happened is that XRP had a failed breakout. You can see right here earlier yesterday morning, and that's also what we started off with in the morning update. We broke above this level right here, right? So this is the value area high. We broke above that. We were still holding that when I made the middle of the day market update, but what you can see is that we auctioned higher for a little bit right here on some decent volume as well. The volume wasn't low, so it looked pretty good, but we were unable to hold the breakout. And that is pretty bad, all right? And that is also what I spoke about earlier in this in my Bitcoin update this morning. Like if the price of a coin just bounces in balance, then that's fine. There's nothing wrong with that. But what basically happens here, or the theory behind what happened here, is that XRP broke out, right? So buyers and sellers were starting to agree on a potential breakout. And now with the breakdown back into value, buyers and sellers have basically agreed that a breakout was not the way to go, right? The buyers and sellers couldn't agree on the price moving higher, which is quite bearish. And that opens up the way of a potential bearish breakdown. And then we can also see that ETH BTC and a lot of the altcoin strength, which XRP technically is an altcoin, is based on Ethereum being strong as well. You can see ETH BTC has hit a massive resistance level, is pulling back. Ethereum is also not looking amazing, so that creates the possibility of a breakdown for XRP. Now, when I say that, I do want to say that on the higher time frames, I will remain bullish on XRP. I still think we're going up to $4, like I've always said in my last videos. I just think that the probability, the risk of a bigger pullback, so that would be a pullback into 3.13 or $3 potentially even, has become higher. However, the key to that level is going to be this level right here at 3.35. All right, 3.35, we have a strong low time frame, but a strong support level, and the 7-day rolling VWAP. So what I expect at least over the course of today is a drop down into that level. For now, I am going to say that I think it's most likely that we will hold that level. It's a strong level. XRP is strong as well. And stability, when stability has been established, which it has been, it's always most likely that stability holds. All right. Yes, at some point of time, you're going to get a breakout. At some point of time, you're going to get a breakdown. But most of the time, it just respects the balance. So that's what I expect for now. So I do expect stability for XRP. I just want to make you aware that there are some signs in the markets outside of Tuesday being a little bit bearish for crypto over the last month, that we're going to pull back hard, right? And the main level, like I said, that you need to keep an eye on is 3.35. If we do not get a strong reaction there over the course of today or tomorrow, and we drop down below that, that's very bad news, or very bad news, at least on the short term. That's very bad news, because then we can pull back another 7 to what is it? Another 7 to 10%. So be aware of that. That is what I think you need to know. As long as you know that, I think you're going to be fine, right? And like I said, at this point of time, I still think it's most likely XRP is going to remain stable as well. So I'm not telling you sell your XRP right now. I also don't tell you to sell your XRP when we drop down below 3.35, but then at least you know what to expect. But those are my thoughts. That's what I think you need to know for now. So hopefully that helps. But for now, thank you for watching. Take care and bye.